Well, happy Wednesday, family. It is Space Coast Eats, the delicious podcast. And we're coming live here on Facebook. We stream every show live on Facebook because we would love your engagement. Go ahead and interact. Send us questions, comments, concerns, anything that's on your mind. Hey. It's Jesse and Darleen from the studio. Again, this is Space Coast Eats from Space Coast Podcast Studios here in beautiful Melbourne, Florida. Such a lovely day. No, I'm kidding. It's like raining, like torrential, like downpours right now, which is, kind of par for the course.
Every time.
It's an afternoon in the summer, so just like it's like clockwork. They've been storms been rolling in, but they're quick. They're quick and short. And they leave you as soon as they visit. So it's a really just a quick kind of interruption is what it is. Kind of get you keeps you inside, keeps you from going out. There's not a whole lot to go out to. We're experiencing some more shutdowns, which I guess is something that we're not going to. Well, it's old news. It's neither here nor there. We don't have to continue to beat that dead horse. So but this weekend is usually a lot of fun. And Darleen, I'm gonna let you take it away because I know there's still some things to do, and you got all those details.
Yeah.
So again, welcome to Space Coast Eats, ladies and gentlemen. Darleen, what's going on this weekend?
Yeah, well, there is some stuff that's not completely croaked, but it's weird here being on a Wednesday. Is it not weird? It's hump day. We're not usually here on a hump day.
No. Usually, this is a Thursday at 5.
Yeah.
Podcast, and we go live. Of course, for all those that are listening after the fact, it could be a Saturday morning for you. But if you ever want to catch the behind the scenes on Facebook, we go live, and broadcast every Thursday at 5. So with that being said, we had to change up to this week's
it's kind of cool. Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. And, I see some people jumping on. Thanks so much for joining us. We never know. Wednesday just may be something that we could try out, depending on the guests and the topic and what's going on. So I'm glad we were able to be flexible. Certainly, the studio's always ready to press record. So, there's no conflict there. Yeah. And, why not? Wednesday.
I just like saying, hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah, that's from Geico, right? Is that a Geico commercial? I think. Oh, it is. Remember, they would be talking about
the camel.
Yeah, I think.
Hey, Mike,
I think it kind of made him famous.
Yeah, something like that.
There we go. That could be our thing.
See that, and see that's good marketing because people remember those
exactly.
Little things.
And in actuality, anyone that says that marketing doesn't work, I mean, you're talking about a camel a day of the week, and it actually insurance company. Yeah. It took off. Marketing works, so can't tell me it doesn't. Exactly.
Absolutely. You remember the message and even the brand.
Exactly.
Some people don't, it's the mascots and the characters I think that are appealing. I think it helps with the campaigns and and listen, Peyton Manning with Nationwide. I can't get that damn song out of my head, Peyton. He's not a great singer, but there he is, on TV singing about insurance.
Yep. So
that was quite a tangent.
Squirrel. Yeah. Who knows? I'm just still on the whole Wednesday thing. So yes. And it is a bummer that every time there's a 4th of July, it's like in the middle of the week. So you have your great fireworks, and the next day you have to roll out of bed and call in sick. But and this year you don't actually have to do that, and everything's canceled. But not really. There is some things that are kind of going on, so I scoured around a little bit. And we would like to thank our sponsors here at Space Coast Eats is Majors Golf and Restaurant, and they do have an event going on, and they are keeping safety and social distancing definitely in mind, but they are having a barbecue out at their restaurant and golf course that and remember, they were here, and one of the things that they did talk about is they have that big deck outside with the air conditioning unit. So while it is going to be toasty roasty, they're going to have those air conditioning units out there to get some airflow and kind of cool you down. It's a beautiful location. They're also going to have some live music as well. They're going to have hot dogs and, all of your traditional 4th of July fare. So yum. And then they're going to also have those 4th of July festive beverages, which we're always about here on Space Coast Eats.
Bring it on.
Those beverages. But so if you are looking for something festive to do, they are providing that over at Major's Golf Course and Restaurant over in Palm Bay area. So definitely check it out.
Yeah. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Anything that anybody's advertising? Because I know it's tough. It's a tough.
Yeah, there are a couple other things, and if anyone else is out there listening and you have some things that I'm missing, please pop those in, because I always say #sharing is caring.
Yes, that's right.
So one of the things I did want to mention that is canceled.
Oh.
Well, not canceled per se, but they aren't open. Is Captain Hiram's is definitely one of my favorite places to go, and I know that some people are, were thinking about social distancing, maybe going out in the boat, popping into Captain Hiram's, getting a bite to eat, because they've been doing a really, really good job out there. So I will always say kudos to Captain Hiram's, but they have actually shut down their restaurant unless you are staying at their hotel. So just to kind of give you a heads up, so don't make those plans because they're not available.
Do they have any vacancies left if somebody wants to go?
Because I don't work behind that front desk. I could not tell you.
You know things. Darleen.
No,
you do know things, so I figured maybe you would inquire.
I'm not quite in that loop.
Well, if you want to enjoy Captain Hiram's, stay make a staycation out of it.
I would definitely give them a call, but that includes the marina's not open if you're not staying there, and you cannot take a fishing expedition either. So, definitely give them a call. So.
Hey Ryan, we're getting a hello from the Crush Crew.
Oh, we love the Crush Crew.
Yes. Always a fan.
Also, Hot Pink, who we talk about them a lot. One day they're going to shout out to us, but they are doing the Liberty and Justice for All. They will be on the Indian River Queen at 2:30 at the 530 bridge. I can't read my own handwriting. Is that correct?
The 530 bridge.
Or 520 bridge.
520, yes.
And I can't read my own handwriting. I totally admitted that.
She's making up new bridges, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. So they will be there. So if you want to take your boat, you can take that over there.
Cool.
And pick up or take your own food. Maybe give Kayla Eats.
Yeah, Kayla Camera Eats. Yeah,
Kayla Camera Eats, and see if she's got any
beautiful boards,
boxes.
She's got. Yeah, I think we mentioned that. She had. Because Easter, I think she was on before Easter, so we were talking about Easter boards and other things.
But she did have the boat board, but
she has holiday boards.
The to-go boards.
Yes, for picnic at sea or whatever.
At sea,
land or sea, I don't know.
Wow, no, I'm just kidding you. So she might, who knows? But if not, lots of to-go stuff. And then the farmers market at Riverview Market they're going to be open on the 4th of July.
Cool.
And then there's also barbecue dinner with, it says virtual fireworks, so I'm not sure how that works. I don't know if you open your phone or I'm not sure about that.
That doesn't sound fun.
No. I'm not judging here.
Yeah.
Just passing
Judgment
it on.
Free zone.
At the Green Gables, but there's going to be barbecue dinner available there. And then Merritt Island is actually having a parade. That is from 9 to 11 Saturday morning.
Huh.
And I'm not sure where, because I did not write that down. So, but get online, look it up if you're interested. Look it up.
For sure.
Let Google do the walking. And then Palm Bay is having, this I thought was kind of fun, especially if you have kiddos. At Whitaker Community Center, they are having a drive-in. And that is Friday and Saturday at 8:30 at night. I cannot read my own handwriting. It's so bad. But both nights they're doing National Treasure. So take the kids, go do a drive-through, get some food, support local. We're always about that. Get some food to go and enjoy that in your car with your kids and have a family night, for goodness sakes.
I like that. Yeah.
There you go.
The drive-through, again, you don't have to get out of your car. You just, everybody's safe and cozy and rock it like it's summer 57.
And show your kids how you did it as a kid or how grandma and grandpa did it as a kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like there's a decent lineup.
There's some stuff.
Going back to the hot pink thing, again, they're going to be on the boat in the middle of the river. So, again, boater friendly. That's social distancing friendly. But I just want to give a shout out because Dirty Oar is helping put on that whole concert, I guess you could call it, you know, for lack of a better term. Concert at sea.
Yeah, I think that sounds like fabulous fun.
It sounds well, they did it before, and it was a big success. I think this time they're going to try to bring the ferry boat, if it works out, depending on which way the wind is blowing, you know, because that, you know, they don't want to get too close to the seawall. They're at Riverfront Park in Cocoa Village. But if it makes sense and they could safely, you know, anchor there and so forth, because they want people that are land-based to be able to enjoy the music as well. Because the last time they were like you couldn't even, you know, you couldn't hear. They were in the middle of the river. So I heard there's plans for them to kind of get a little closer so you could enjoy them if you're without a boat, sans a boat. Okay, so awesome times. Listen. We have a great guest in the studio.
We do. I'm super excited.
I'll give you the honors because you always do such a fantastic job with introducing our awesome guests.
I do rock.
Yes, you do. Here, give her a couple likes, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Yes. So if you guys have followed my blog, Eat Drink Play Brevard, and followed anything on my Instagram, you know that one of my favorite places to pop in to get some bites to eat, and I've made recommendations to some of you guys that have actually gone and taken family that's been out of town and some different things, is Le-Crave Cafe. Over the one that I've been to is in Rockledge, but there's actually 2 locations that you own, which I did not know until today. And we'll talk about a little bit about that because that's kind of cool. He basically started a franchise. So why don't you introduce yourself and and just tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Tuan, and I start Le-Crave, and my background is engineer. Work for Kennedy Space. I'm an engineer at Kennedy Space Center for over 10 years.
Yeah.
And then one day that I want to start an engineering firm, but when I put everything together to start an engineering, try to put everything together to start an engineering firm, that I'm looking for a place that I want to have a good breakfast and then get some good coffee. And then, believe it or not, I live in Titusville. And I say, wait a minute, when I start an engineering firm, it takes years to make it happen. Engineer is not going to happen overnight or a month. So I say, let me looking for a place that I will use that a destination to go there and think how I want to plan, how I want to do, how everything is. And then at the same time, I know if I start an engineer, I cannot go and work for any engineering firm for a year or 2 because I don't want to get a conflict of interest and anything.
Sure.
So that I'm driving from Titusville all the way down to Bombay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm serious because for the first, I just want to drive down to Cocoa. And I went to I just drive.
Right.
And I see there's nothing around that will keep me come back every day for maybe years.
Right.
Because especially it's coffee, and something that I want is coffee or something that I want like light or heavy. You know, you can go to a local breakfast place, but they just buy coffee from somebody else, or you can go to a good coffee shop, but they don't have breakfast or lunch, because sometimes you never know. You know, when you start to working on some engineering stuff or proposal, it might take hours, and or maybe take I have a good hop in, get some good food, hop out as well. And then I was thinking, okay, what is the place that will bring my idea together? So I was thinking like, well, there's nothing in the area. So I went home. The next day I get back from work. I was thinking like, okay, where should I go out for dinner? And then I just want to enjoy the dinner and not crowd or crazy. And I don't like the bar. I mean, I love bar, but when I get when I get a contract or it's a party, but I don't go to the bar every day. So
Right.
I want somewhere it's a wiring.
Right.
But and then they have it in Orlando in Winter Park. But space costs. I say, wait a minute, there's nothing that I can go get a glass of wine bar and some light or heavy food. So a few days later, I say, I know how to cook, you know, and then I say, okay, let me open a restaurant. So, you know, it changed my concept. It changed my idea from engineer to restaurant.
Right. That's crazy.
So, so I start to thinking like what I have to do, because if I start Vietnamese food, which is my nationality, if I start Vietnamese food, that it take a lot of time for me and it's hard to train. And if I want to do like everybody else, like a burger place or a pizza place, I mean, that it doesn't have anything exciting because it's not my taste.
Right.
And I always from all always. I mean, I would had a thought about food. So food is for me is a combine between chemistry and art. So I want to do something like more fun, like you mentioned, fun, decorative, taste and flavor, and then you and it look different every time, but it have the same taste.
Right.
The reason I say look different every time because each employee they have a similar decoration, but the way they do it, it make people say, oh, okay, this is I like this one, I like the other one. The idea concept is consistent, but each one have put their thought into it, and they will move the strawberry, or I mean, I'm talking about sweet crepes.
Right.
So it will be really slightly that's make people eyes not boring.
Right.
So I decided to have a crepes restaurant, and why? So and then I love coffee. I drink.
Your Vietnamese coffee is so good.
It is insane. Yes.
It's all I get. That and the breakfast sandwich, a croissant sandwich. Oh, the croissants. Oh.
Yeah.
So believe me, I call many coffee company to roast this coffee place in all over the place, from even in California, New Orleans, and all over New York, New Jersey. I call them in locally here too, and they send me sample, and they send me, say, it's not me. I want something is smooth. I want something is it doesn't strike, and it doesn't give me like bitter.
Yes, yeah.
And so that's why. And then another thing is Vietnamese coffee is have to be smooth because it's mixed with condensed milk. So. And then I want to make a coffee shop that can allow me to serve different type of coffee, like latte, cappuccino, even Cuban coffee.
Yes. Yeah, I love
I've
that.
had several. I've actually had several items off your menu, and usually I am terrible about finding something I like and then I just keep ordering the same thing. But I've had several items, so I want to keep trying different things because everything I've had is so good.
Yeah.
So
that's the point.
Yeah.
I mentioned beginning. I want to have a restaurant that people. I mean, I can go back. I mean, I can. Believe it or not, it's been 3 years and I still eat my restaurant every day. Not every day, but like the very first years, I eat 3 times a day every day for sure.
Right.
But now, you know, I have to change my taste a little bit. But like what I say is something that people won't tire too.
Right.
It's people, when people talk about crepes, they just want people who don't know about it. They think it's a pancake. They think there's nothing in it. But crepes is completely different than pancake.
it's super light.
Yeah, it's super light and
Yeah.
very thin.
Yeah.
And the savory is very crispy. Whoever make crepes with no crispy for savory, they don't do it right. Trust me. Google will answer that.
There you go. There you go.
So that's why we create all the lock-up dishes that look similar, look alike, but how can we kill, not kill, but we take people's flavor spike to think about us when they have it
Right.
for time. So the ingredient is extremely important of how, like what I mentioned, chemistry.
Right.
So how can I come up with an ingredient that when everyone have it, they would think, wait a minute, I think they have egg inside. Wait a minute, they have flour. Wait a minute. You know, they have a lot of thought what inside the batter or what inside the crepes. So and then I decided to say, wait a minute, crepe is come from French, and I say, okay, let me go to French. And I took 14-day vacation. I mean, back then I'm still working at Kennedy Space Center.
Right.
I mean, I'm still doing it now, but like I work
Sure.
for another company and I work for my own. But let me go there. Let me see how the French crepe is supposed to be, because I travel from all the way from, let me say, from Tallahassee down to Miami. I take US 1, I take 95, and I went to Tampa, take 75. I travel all over the place. So I mean, I'm to see where had a good crepes. And everywhere I try, I don't want to say I'm good or bad because each one tastes differently.
Right.
But I observe and I see how they do the crepes. So I flew to French. So I flew to French and in Paris. I stayed there for a couple days and I try out and see things and stuff like that.
Wow. He did research.
I do, but here's
Yeah,
the
the
thing.
homeland.
Here's the thing. I'm not go French just only because of the crepes. I went to Europe and I went to Venice. I went to London, and I still go to the crepe place.
Okay.
So because the thing is, what the difference between the French make crepes and American make crepes, and the French make crepes with Italian make crepes, and the French make crepe with UK making crepes.
Okay.
So that, because that's engineering problem.
Right.
They love to investigate. I mean, I don't know
Yes.
about other engineer, but this kind of engineer is investigate as much as I can, and Google and research and find out the history of foundation of it. So that's why I went to different city and I tried the crepes, and when I come back to French, I mean, I travel only a day or two for each place, and when I came back to Paris, I'm come back to Paris, I go in every restaurant that I can Google, in whether in French or in English. I Google from a bad restaurant to a good restaurant, and I go there. And I do some translation too, because I have this human. Good, thank you for the phone. So I have to transfer the review, what the French people put a review,
Right.
what American is a tourist, they put a review. So I say why they put a bad review, a good review, and that give me an idea of what I'm looking for. So and then I end up I'm walking. I have crepes 3 times a day.
Oh my goodness.
3 times a day.
You love crepes, man.
No,
Loves crepes.
let me take it back. Like, all right, 3 times a day on the last 2 days.
Okay.
The first 5 days, 6 days, I have 5 times or 6 times a day.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
You name it.
I'm surprised you're not 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I guess I'm barely fat.
Yeah.
So I went to the first couple of days. I went to everywhere I can go, and the reason is I walk. You can't believe how many miles that I walk.
Yeah.
Because I walk to burn the calories, so I can go to the next one.
Trying the crepes.
Because
that.
for me, when you do something,
Right.
you try your best.
Yeah.
I mean, anything. Like,
Yeah.
when I do anything from when I was little. When I was little, when I'm doing something, when I try to do my best of everything. I put my energy into it. I put my effort into it. I put my research into it. I'm not trying to do something, to serve or to get money. I'm trying to get a product, a something that people can come back. They want to come back,
Right.
and they recognize it. And I want, when they're talking about crepes and in Space Coast, they say, okay, I know Tuan Lee is the owner,
Right.
or Le-Crave, because that's why. I mean, Vietnamese have crepes too. So this is funny part. One day that I went to one of a French restaurant, and I talked to the mother and the daughter who own the restaurant. It's a small restaurant. The mother and daughter own a restaurant, and I tell them I'm travel, I love crepe and stuff like that and everything. But she kind of like, okay, you're a tourist and stuff like that. But and then I'm trying to pay attention to crepes, and she asked me, "So what you doing?" I say, "Oh well, I love. It's really interesting. I love to to find out how they work and stuff like that." And this lady, she owned the creperie for over 30 years.
Oh wow.
So a mother and daughter, they own over 30 years, and she say, "Well, how about come to my kitchen? I will show you around."
Oh wow. So you got a whole tour.
Yeah, I get a whole tour, and then she showed me what to put and what to do and how the crepe, and then she tell me a history of it, why my crepe, Le-Crave, is different than a local restaurant in the U.S. because I do a local research and because we do traditional crepes. So I went to that creperie they call a Brittany Crepes. So Brittany Crepes is where crepe is come from.
Okay.
I see. Okay.
So that's why where the crepe is come from. That's why I went there. I investigate. I do, and then the owner wonder what I'm doing. I pull everything off, and I.
Oh my goodness.
So that's why I learn, and then I Google it. I understand. Okay. Everywhere, when they come up a product, it have something to do with the region, with the area.
Right. That makes sense.
Nowadays it's different. But back to the old day. If they come up with a dish, any dish, it doesn't matter what. I mean, there is something in that area like U.S. the same thing. When we're talking about Cajun food, we talk about New Orleans. We're talking about the Cajun mix and all that stuff. So if you go out and buy all other Cajun, it's not the same taste as the New Orleans Cajuns. I mean, just simple like that. So that's why when you want to make a crepe or a dish of where it's come from, you have to understand why. So because the Brittany crepe is a buckwheat.
Right. And I love buckwheat crepes.
Yeah. So buckwheat, and then a lot of people around the world, I mean, many people, and they think crepe is the white flour. I believe that white flour is because it's easy to get it everywhere.
It's accessible, right?
Yeah. So they can get it almost anywhere they want. So I mean, and buckwheat is very limited resource.
It's limited, and it's a little more difficult to work with.
Yeah. It really it's a challenge. It's a big challenge. I mentioned that too, but so our crepe is savory. And a savory crepe is buckwheat, and it's crispy. The reason it's crispy, I mean, people can Google it, because when Brittany had the king of French visit the village. So when he visits the village have to do something from their own product. So they make a crepes. But and then the problem is they make because the king is coming, they have to make it perfect flour. So they make it fine as possible. So when they make it really fine buckwheat, and then when they cook it, they accidentally burn it.
And they realized that was good.
And the king love when it burned because it's crispy and it gives you a different flavor.
Right.
Believe it or not, if you next time you go to my restaurant and order a crepe, say, hey, don't make it burn, and make one burn, you will see a big, huge difference. But a lot of people, when they have the savory crepes, I mean, people have a first time have savory crepes, crispy, burn taste. They think they don't like it, but after they finish it, they will remember that burn, because it gives you a sense of completely. It's not a burn. But it's a good smell burn.
Is that part of? Does that have anything to do with the flambeing, like at the table? Is that part of?
Flambe is a sweet crepes.
Okay.
So sweet crepe is white flour.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm talking about savory.
I gotcha.
So,
all right.
So that's why sweet crepe and flambe, you have fun on it, you have fruit on it, but sweet crepe is come after the savory. Original is a savory crepes. So back then they don't have 100 years ago, I don't think they have fun with put a fruit here and there.
Right.
But they think it of more like how to make a living, how to live
Right.
in a poor village like Brittany. So they have savory. So what they do is they only have egg and prosciutto. I mean that's is the traditional French.
Yes.
Sounds so good.
And the sunshine up egg inside the crepe. But when I cook it at my restaurant, I cannot leave it sunshine up. Raw.
Right.
Wiry.
Right. It has to be more cooked.
More cooked.
Yeah.
So that's why I have to break it up a little bit when I cook the egg in the crepe. But the classic breakfast items, very classic one is egg, ham,
Some cheese.
some cheese. Yeah, I mean, of course, I always have cheese. Every crepe have cheese.
Well, it's French. I mean,
Yeah, it's French. Except one item I have, it doesn't have cheese.
Oh man. You gotta change that.
Well, but they have some other different ingredient. I will mention it later. So they have crepes with cheese, egg, ham for breakfast, and from that they expand the menu. So they have prosciutto, they have chicken, they have potato, and they have beef and steak and chicken. So that's why now let me give a little bit background of why our crepe, if you go into other place, I don't want to name here, but if you go into other place, if you go into other place, a lot of their savory is watery. When you order crepes, it's coming out, it's watery. It look like you put a flat crepes and you put all kind of soup inside.
It's almost it's almost more. Sometimes I've had crepes that are more like almost an omelet. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
No.
Okay, it seems like it's more like an omelet on the inside.
Because they put like Alfredo sauce kind of.
Oh, okay.
You know,
It's too heavy on the
it's
sauce.
too heavy on the
Yeah.
sauce, and it's too much of it, and it's too creamy. So it's for me it's like soup. But the reason is I say our is completely different. When you buy our crepe, you don't have that problem. Is we have potato inside, but we don't put heavy creamy inside.
Right.
We don't put heavy creamy like Alfredo or thing like that to make the soup like wet and
Right.
Crepes don't react well to moisture. They just fall apart.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah.
why we have cheese, bacon, ham, and our ingredient is how can we make our crepe without put a whole bunch of creamy sauce, but it still give full flavor.
Yeah.
So that is tricky because every flavor that you add in,
Right.
it has different level of salt or sugar level.
Yeah.
So that's why we have to. It took me a year to create my ingredient, just the crepes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then when you mention about flambe, it's very fun too because it's sweet crepe. So sweet crepe is everywhere. In Asia, in Europe, in US because they know it's a white flour, and then they put strawberry, chocolate, Nutella.
Oh, Nutella.
Yeah.
So
all that
Nutella and
stuff.
bananas, say no more.
Bananas. Cinnamon.
Oh,
Yeah, with cinnamon.
Yeah.
We have ice cream gelato. We put gelato on
Yes.
it, and we have pumpkin spice when the season is come.
When everybody's doing pumpkin.
Yeah, whenever
Yes.
come. So
That's coming up shortly, believe it or not.
That's right around the corner.
I was gonna say before you know it.
Yeah.
Speaking of before you know it, I hate to cut off the conversation, but we must take a break.
Yeah, we're at our halfway mark.
We're at the halfway mark. We're actually a little bit beyond, but thanks so much for tuning in for all of those that are live. Tuan, you're getting lots of love here on.
I see some of my friends there.
Yeah, the Facebook feed there. So thank you all for hanging out with us. When we return, we're gonna jump into this week's Eats with Eat, Drink, Play Brevard, and also a surprise guest with a surprise dish.
Yeah.
I believe. They're standing by.
Right.
So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, guys. Hey, come down to the Majors Golf Club in Bayside Lakes. We are under new ownership and challenging you to bring your game. So if you can hit the long drive or perhaps a hole-in-one, then book your tee time now and head on over. We are open to the public and look forward to seeing you on the majorly improved greens. Oh, and make sure to check out our amazing new menu filled with delicious food and drinks at our completely renovated sports bar and grill, the Majors Golf Club at Bayside Lakes, Palm Bay. Are you in the market for a new home? Perhaps you need to sell your old home and downsize or relocate. Hey there, my name is Jesse Hall with eXp Realty, and I offer professional real estate services right here on the Space Coast. Give me a call, 321-877-8737 for all of your real estate needs. Again, 321-877-8737 for all of your real estate needs. Buy, sell, invest with the best. Find out more at 321-buysellinvest.com. Well, thanks so much. Once again, big shout out to Majors Golf Club and Restaurant, Bayside Lakes, Palm Bay. Head on over. Tell them we sent you. All right, so as promised, we have a guest that just mysteriously appeared.
I was going to say, what is that word?
Mysteriously? What? Come on now. I can make things up too. So, from his Viera office, the offices of Blake Stewart Esquire, my attorney buddy, best friend, Blake Stewart. How are you, buddy?
Good. I'm not plugging anything today. I'm just here to have a good time.
You could have a good time and still,
I had a really good time the last time I was here. That's why I thought
we had a great time last time you were on the show.
I surprised Darleen.
It was the beginning of the Big C.
Make sure you talk.
Oh, yeah, it was, right? Yeah, that's right. We were socially distanced.
Yeah.
Is this directional? Is this mic directional?
Yeah, you gotta talk at it.
Okay. I will talk at it.
There you go. I love that rich voice. Okay.
So on 10 minutes notice in terrible weather at rush hour,
yes,
I was able to procure a surprise food. I thought it would make for an interesting segment on your show.
Well, we're always
it's a foodie show.
We're always interested in eating.
We should eat.
So
yes.
it's
so dessert.
Are we guessing what it is or where it came from or both?
I think there's a label on the bag. Did you cheat and see?
I haven't seen anything.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
I see green. But that's the green. That's the green bag.
This could have come from Wawa.
I brought three
I have
very
no idea.
conventional desserts. I don't think there's going to be too much of a surprise.
Okay.
But the surprise will be where it came from.
It's not melting, is it?
No.
Okay.
It's not that kind of dessert.
I'm so excited.
I had a little bit of forethought. So.
Well, this is so sweet and thoughtful of you.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you. Guess what time it is?
What time is it?
It's fun time with Darleen at Eat, Drink, Play Brevard.
That's
for
right.
this week's Eats.
I love that.
I know. I'm so cool, right?
That's fantastic.
So this week's Eats encompasses, I haven't been out so much because we have been doing a little bit more social distancing than in the past. That and a lot more things are kind of closing down or closing earlier or that type of stuff. But I did go to Orlando. I had some work in Orlando this past week. So I did want to mention one of my favorite Orlando spots. So I know you mentioned you were in Orlando. I don't know if you go there very often. And this is a little bit of a girly place, but in all honesty, it is amazing. So if you ever take your wife or kids or whatever, the Glass Knife. If no one's ever been to the Glass Knife, and there is a picture that I did send Jesse, so maybe he'll pop it up there in a minute or so.
Yeah.
But it's in Winter Park. It's on Orlando Avenue. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful little spot. You can eat outside. It was a little roasty toasty, so we didn't eat outside that day. But it's all the silverware is gold. I always love it. Gold silverware is always just very elegant.
Would it be called silverware then?
Goldware?
Goldware.
Maybe. I don't know. I met a couple people that I work with for a work lunch, which, is not something that too many people are doing these days, but we did, masks are now required in Orlando. Or in Orange County.
I know.
So you could only take it off while you ate. So we definitely did that. But I got an amazing, croissant sandwich,
so what
etc. But this is a picture of the slice of cake that I had. It's 4 layers it's very light. It was so super, super light. Lemon and strawberry.
That almost doesn't look real. That looks photoshopped.
Well, you have to lighten it a little bit. Absolutely delicious. And then I don't know if you guys know, but Dijon's Marketplace has opened. It opened about a week ago.
The Village Market.
Village Market,
right.
Yes, my bad.
No, it's
so not all sections of the Village Marketplace has opened because I think they're waiting a little bit. But the shopping section is open. Some of the grab and go is open. But one of the things that I did have, which was really, really good, and I can't remember the name of it. It's an Italian dessert.
Where is this at?
Cannoli?
No,
Oh.
it's
You
something
goon.
it's something I've never had, and it was really good. It was an espresso with a dollop of gelato.
Oh, joy.
Never heard of it. I posted it. I didn't know what it was, and then people started saying, "Oh, this is what it is." So if anybody's watching, please tell me what it is.
So that's the photo
Starts-
on the right, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It was really delicious, but it's a traditional Italian dessert. But what a great idea, right?
Oh well, anything with coffee and gelato. I mean, just those two ingredients. I don't, side by side, together or separate. I mean, they're both delicious.
Yeah, it was very good. The marketplace is really cool. I did pick up a bottle of wine from their wine selection. Their wine prices are good. Their wine prices are definitely less than what you would get at Publix. So you can save a little bit of money going into there. And then they have some wines that you probably will not find at, your regular Publix.
Okay.
So you could find some, bottles there.
Although if Publix wants to sponsor the show, we can always reverse that statement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So just FYI. But yeah, I would definitely pop in and check it out. It's really unique. And I think that once it gets open in full swing and they have a taco bar that's going to be outside, there's going to be a second story. There's a Bubbles bar. There's a couple of different little places that's going to be
because
really cool.
It's kind of like a mixed concept, right? There's like the bakery, you got the wine cellar, you got the taco bar, like you mentioned. So it's kind of like a mishmash of like all the cool things you would find at maybe like a bazaar, or some other kind of area where you have a medley of different options.
Right now, it's very similar to like a Lucky's. Kind of how Lucky's was. Once it gets open, it's going to be more unique on...
That was me pouring some out for Lucky.
Oh. It's going to be a little bit more unique in its concept because it's going to have where you can have, bubbles versus, you can have bubbles to walk around or actually bars within the concept that you can sit at, and then sections for dining. There's going to be outside dining upstairs, which is not done, or I don't think it's completed yet, the upstairs section. So, and I think it's going to be a really cool concept. It's beautifully done as far as the way that it's been decorated or built out.
Yeah, the renovations have been going on for a while, and so if people remember the last concept, it was just one building, but then he incorporated the strip mall just to the east. And so it's like, again, it just provides so much more square footage for all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
Where is this, out in Satellite?
This is in Atlantic, Fifth Ave.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, what else?
So the coffee that you mentioned is a affogato that we have it.
That's it.
We have it at Le-Crave.
Oh, I did not know this. See, there you go.
We have it at Le-Crave. At
Okay.
any location, is one in Titusville, one in Rockledge.
Okay.
And you can go there and at any time just order. And
Okay.
they have a gelato on the bottom
Okay.
and they put a sauce of espresso on top.
Okay.
And you just enjoy.
How do you
Very
spell?
nice.
How do you spell that? I'm gonna text it to my wife.
AFAGATO.
AFFO.
ADO. Yes.
GOTA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Affogato.
Yeah.
Affogato.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
It was really good, and it's nice. It's got the espresso in there, so I wouldn't do it after like 3 p.m.
I drink coffee all day. So.
Oh, do you?
I just had a baby. Are you kidding?
No, you don't.
Yes.
Speaking of, I'm sorry,
Desserts.
the baby mama.
Yeah.
I'm surprised these aren't going to the mom at home.
We just had our first lunch date in 3 weeks, and we went to Chipotle because we didn't know how much time we got Mary to watch the baby, and then we didn't know how much time we were going to have between feedings because she's eating every half an hour, so it's kind of like an on-the-run thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. We're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how old is Reagan? A week?
1 month.
A month already? And I still have yet to see this. Well, I guess it's with a COVID thing. I mean, you got to.
Yeah.
You can't just bring a newborn into crowded rooms or anything and have just random people over. But Uncle Jesse would love to.
Uncle Jesse.
See the cutie pie.
I picture. You say Uncle Jesse. I picture.
Full House.
Full House.
Immediately.
Yes.
Not Dukes of Hazzard. The original Uncle Jesse?
Oh, well, which would you like to be which would you like for me to picture?
Which I should point out is no longer shown on television.
So this looks absolutely amazing.
So
These desserts, I have no idea where they're from.
I'm going to guess this is a lemon raspberry.
I don't remember.
And I'm going to guess this.
That could be a shortcake.
So this is a game we could all play.
That's a biscotti.
That's a biscotti cheesecake? Is that cheese?
Is for sure tiramisu.
Oh, it is a tiramisu.
Oh.
And those are ladyfingers, not the biscotti.
Are ladyfingers.
Oh, they are ladyfingers. Okay, so I'm going to guess where they're from.
Okay.
Do you want to try them first?
Panovino.
No.
Oh.
Where's Panovino?
Panovino by the Oaks Theater?
Yeah.
Great Italian and awesome bakery. Oh my gosh, all the pastries there.
Yeah. I haven't eaten there yet.
Lunch date.
All right. And I just guessed it because they were Italian. That was and they have good desserts.
Amazing desserts. Gosh, this looks like a tall, that's got to be raspberry mousse.
Cappuccino.
Or something.
It is.
Cappuccino cake? No.
He's right on.
Yeah.
What
He's
is
dead
it?
on. The man knows his desserts.
Oh, stop it! You don't look like this by accident. So yeah. But where? I mean,
I'll give you a hint. It's
nothing.
a diner.
New York diner.
Oh, you're so close.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're so close. And I think you're thinking of the right one.
I'm gonna guess Metro Diner.
No.
Oh.
No.
I know. Perkins.
No.
That's not
that
a
would have been too
diner.
easy.
No, they have good pie though. They're
No.
known for
Oh,
pies.
they do have good pie.
Is there a New York diner, or are you confusing it?
No, there is a New York diner in
Where's that
Suntree.
Is it New York diner, or is it Times Square?
Times Square diner.
You got it.
Shut up! Oh my gosh,
I
cannot.
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
It looks so
that's
good.
an obscure place per se too, because I've only been there a few times.
I really love that place.
Yeah.
I take my parents there every time because they can make their food. I'll take my parents to your restaurant too.
Oh, okay.
He does have rockin' good food.
They're
Really
from
good
out of
food.
town, but my parents have all these crazy dietary restrictions, so it's hard to find places that no salt, no entertainment, no fun involved. But Times
And
Square,
there's snippety snap there too.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
The service is awesome. I
Yeah.
really like that place.
Yeah.
Well, these look divine. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And these weren't free. This is just, I thought it would be a nice, this keeps the integrity in the review,
Yeah.
Right.
and it definitely makes it. I like it. It's like a discovery, mystery, whatever.
So
Keeps it
everybody's
interesting.
got a fork. I feel
Okay.
like each of these has 4 sides, so we can all pull from a side and not catch COVID.
That sneaky little thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I did want to.
Oh, we were mentioning. I just want to show the audience who's watching on Facebook.
Yeah.
Let's see, because we did get some pictures of
Oh, yeah,
you at Le-Crave. So there's
That's actually not me. That is, and I wanted to share this picture.
right. I mean, we know that's not you, but
Oh, okay.
of you and your friend there.
Yeah, this is a girlfriend. She's a blogger as well. So I always like to promote my girlfriend bloggers. Her name is she goes under Vera Mom.
Mm-hmm.
She is more of a mom blogger. She doesn't really do food per se, but she's awesome to follow. So especially if you're in that area and you're a mom and you like to follow what's going on and what's what there is to do as a mom and just that type of stuff. So she's great. So definitely follow her if you would like.
So they're pouring. Your flambe is with brandy.
No.
Yeah.
What is it with?
Guess. Make a guess.
What is it?
Cognac?
No.
Yeah.
No, you said, well, that's brandy, yeah.
Orange.
Orange
Thing.
liqueur,
Oh,
Grand Marnier?
yes.
Okay.
It was
Really?
Grand Marnier. Yes.
And that's French.
Yeah, and it's so. One thing about the restaurant, it's a beautiful restaurant inside. It's just very relaxing. It's so nice. And I actually this time where I was getting this picture, I was there by myself. I was working. I thought I just needed to get out because I work from home and just relax. And this was like an afternoon, just kind of snack. So it was really nice. But then I met my girlfriend there, and we just had some little cappuccinos.
And that's just a plain sweet crepe with the
just
Grand Marnier.
Grand
Yeah.
And that's
on it.
tableside they do the flambe?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna
Does your
take
insurance
we're
know
gonna move from the the first pick, and let me just see which. Okay, I gotta highlight it so we could make it disappear. And then the picture behind it shows the Grand Marnier as it's flaming there and burning. And so how was the texture? I mean,
Oh my gosh, it was delicious. I could have eaten probably more.
Really? It didn't make it
Except-
soggy or anything?
Oh, heck no.
Okay.
No.
Because it just burns off, right? And
Yeah,
what's left is just
absolutely.
like a nice toasted.
Yeah, and I think if I recall, it was a cinnamon one.
Oh.
Possibly?
No.
I can't remember. It's been a while.
We have brown sugar on it.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. I blogged about this, so it's in my blog. But it was really, really good.
It looks amazing. It looks amazing. I'm gonna go do the overhead cam. Oh no, it's not. It's not hooked
That's what
up.
it was. Brown
darn.
sugar.
I thought it was hooked up.
So one thing I wanted to mention, there's one side of the restaurant that you can go inside and relax and have breakfast, because you guys have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, correct?
Yeah, we have breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then one side is, I wouldn't call it quick serve, but it's, where you can go up and just order coffee to go. I've actually ordered some of your muffins too.
Yeah. We,
Actually, I cleaned you out one day, so I just took all the muffins that you had. So 'cause
That was you?
Oh yeah.
That day?
Yeah, I just took all that you had. So,
we call it a coffee bar that you can come in.
Okay.
Take an order. I mean, you can order everything from the kitchen, but it's a barista right there.
Okay.
So we make coffee, drink and everything. So you just want get something real quick, just hop in and take an order. But for nowadays, you can order online. Our online system is pretty good.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's website?
Le-Crave.cafe.com, but you can Google us. Trust me, I mean, we have a software. This is very special software.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
Well, you would have all the special softwares as an engineer.
I have a special software.
You know a guy?
I think I know the guy who creates some software. So we have a software that any social media, any Yellow Pay or Yap, Google, you name it.
Right.
The job of the software does is will take information from my restaurant and post it everywhere from Yahoo, Google, and everywhere. If I want to change something, it's only take me 1 hour.
Oh, well.
It's update 100 different web page.
Wow.
Okay.
So it's update automatic because I know a lot of people have restaurants, especially pandemic happen. They have to go to Google, log in Google, change the hour. They have to go to
Yes. It's a
Yelp,
pain in the
Yellow
butt.
Pay.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
For me, I just turn on my computer, go into the web page, and I just change, and then I walk away. An hour later, everything updates.
And so it auto-populates
It
everything.
auto-populate. So
Very cool.
that's why our online order is very easy. Anywhere you can search for Le-Crave or Crepes in your area, or looking for Le-Crave in Titusville, just put food in Titusville. Crepe in Titusville will pop up along with a menu that you can order from directly from our webpage. That's what we suggest because the price cheaper. But you can order from Hopgrub, or you can order from Uber Eat or DoorDash or whatever.
Right.
So we partner with all of them. The most important is how to make it convenient and easy. So recently we also do a barcode digital. When guests coming in, they scan the barcode and they pop up the menu on your phone instead of hold a hard copy of the menu.
That's perfect.
So I don't want to pass the menu one customer to another customer. We know our internal, we're really clean. Like our employees have to sanitize every time we bring the menu back, but
Right.
you know, you never know because you pass the menu. And stuff
Yeah, a
like
lot
that.
of the restaurants just go into the disposable paper menus.
Yeah, I mean, but for us, we're going to digital, so we don't
I
have
love
to
it.
waste. We don't have to waste paper.
Love
and
it.
then it's on the phone, and then you
And
can
then they can keep it.
They can keep
Yeah,
it.
save
They can
it.
save it down
Yeah. I
and
love
keep
that.
it.
And when you change it, you don't have to go print something new.
Yeah, yeah.
Do,
So-
do you incentivize your guests if they put on a Google review? You okay there, buddy?
Don't worry, it's a dry cough.
Oh, okay. Here, need some soda? Wash it down. Oops. But yeah, do you incentivize if somebody were to make a Google review, give them 10% off or something their next meal?
Well, sometimes we have a lot of offer. I mean, all the time if they pay attention to it.
Right.
Like especially a holiday, or sometimes we get free beer.
Okay.
I mean, and free food and stuff like that. So.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I'm really excited to talk about this one. 1 second before I'm talking about like special on Google.
Okay.
In the month of June,
Mm-hmm.
Le-Crave, it's really hard for us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I pay my employee for my own pocket, but still, I mean, I want to support the community.
You're right.
So community is everything because I'm there because of community. If the community not support me, I'm out. So that's why it's a big thing, and I love to volunteer too. So even before I have restaurant, I do a lot of volunteer and community support and stuff like that.
Right.
But in the month of June, and during the time that I decided to do this, I was thinking, I don't know if the restaurant will last, how long it will last, because based on economic.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, well, let me do something for community in case if we have to shut down because of we don't make it.
Right.
You know, because you
I mean,
never know.
that's a real concern.
Yeah, we
Right.
never know what happened tomorrow.
Right.
So I decided to give free food to firefighter, free food to paramedic, free food to city worker, free food to police and sheriff.
Wow. So all first responders.
First
First
responders, yeah.
responder and
Wow.
teacher too. Yesterday we give free food to Brevard education teacher. So we give for each location we give out 120 meal.
Wow. Now,
So-
are these off the menu?
No, this item is off the menu, but the item is on the menu.
I see. Okay.
The item is on the menu, but it's we have a selected item.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a selected item. So we
That's
cook,
generous.
we cook a same portion, the same dish that we serve for customer. It's not like we make it smaller or change or whatever.
Right.
It's not for advertise. It is my pleasure to support community. So
Yeah. He was
What a
advertising
blessing.
that.
I wish I was a teacher or wore a badge now.
no, but if you are active military, tomorrow is a free lunch for active military.
You heard it here first, folks.
Active military, yeah.
And and then tomorrow is the last special free lunch for first responder, teacher, active military. So I already planned for a second route,
Wow.
but I have to take a break for a month because the budgets.
It's
Yeah.
that darn thing called money.
Yeah.
If money was not an issue, it'd be free
Yeah.
food. Yeah.
I mean, if money is not an issue, I mean,
Right.
I'm open to anybody who the central worker and all stuff like that too. But it's a budget.
So veterans only tomorrow or throughout the weekend?
Tomorrow is for active.
Active.
Military.
I'm sorry. Active.
The
Active
second
military.
phase we have veteran. We
Okay.
have Fed.
Okay.
If you work for federal and Brevard worker, county worker,
County
Brevard
worker, okay.
county worker. So because we have to make a break.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
We can. It's all completely free food.
Right.
And then and a drink too. So it's a whole meal with a drink. So on the very first our first week is a firefighter and paramedic.
Paramedics.
Paramedics, firefighter paramedics, and we have only maybe 20-30 people is coming. But the sheriff and police the week after we have more, and especially yesterday. Both location tell me, say, Tuan, we run out of food, we completely out. I have to close early yesterday too.
Oh no!
Because we run out of supply.
Yeah.
You know that's not a bad thing. You know, to sell out of food. I mean, that's what keeps things fresh. You know, you keep your inventory fresh like that.
Yesterday is we don't make money
Right.
because of restaurant is packed. Restaurant is packed.
Right.
But majority is teacher.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm sure they love the gesture. I know. It's remarkable. You know, you don't hear free food. You know, for a lot of things. But I think with this COVID thing, a lot of people are acknowledging that it's a good time to do goodwill. Because if your food's just going to spoil, so you might as well make it while it's still fresh and good. And if you have to give it away because you can't charge people, you can't fill your dining room, it makes sense,
Yeah, but like what I say, it has to be come out from your heart. Because if you think about money and you see the number, you don't want to do it. So it's all about your heart, that what you want to do. Because I'm thinking, like, if I don't do it now, the question is when. I don't want to get everything back to normal and you start to do this and start to do that. I feel like no need it.
Right.
Now people need something in community appreciation.
Right.
The people like first responder, they need all that. They
of course.
they they need all, and teacher.
Now more than ever.
Now more than ever.
And then a lot of teacher and city worker. They driving around, try to even they do the inspection and stuff like that, but they risk their life to driving around and do the work and
Well, essential workers have no choice. They got to keep moving. So you're right on. We are getting towards the end of today's episode, and again that's a magnificent goodwill effort. I mean that's really cool. So it's just one day for active military tomorrow.
Tomorrow
okay.
is one
and
day.
then I've one last question. Are you doing anything to celebrate the 4th of July with like a red, white, and blue crepe or anything like that?
So usually every year we do that, but because of the COVID, we try to not train the employee to do more than what because since the COVID, our restaurant we have a policy pushed out. We have to keep sanitize. We have to keep all different stuff, and I don't want to add more items that to keep everything nice and clean. Right. So usually every year we do something special. We have different season, different holiday. We have special crepe for it, special dish for it. But 4th of July we were thinking like, okay, so we open or so we close, but we decide to open only half days. Okay. Because we want to open breakfast and lunch, we close our dinner, and because we want employees to enjoy the evening with the family.
Yeah, that's very thoughtful.
And on top of that, we have to cancel our own company party because my plan our plan is we want to have see the firework and then have barbecue outside and stuff like that. But thing is changing, so we do something just internal. And then yesterday I don't want to show up on 4th of July on all the location. To give a word. Right. So I think the day before yesterday, I give a spot award for my employees and stuff like that. It's fun. We try to create, it's a bad time, but we have to create something positive inside our environment.
Can't stop positivity. That's for sure.
Right. For sure.
So and then I tell everyone on the 4th of July, I will cook for my house, Vietnamese dish.
Ooh, am I invited?
I was just gonna say.
So I cook Vietnamese dish from my house and delivery to all location.
That's
to
so
both
sweet.
Location because
nice.
they working hard and sometimes I'm very hard with them too because I'm sometimes really stricky.
You're an engineer.
I want everything.
I know how that works.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool. I do want to mention everyone that's listening. I know we're getting ready to. Well, we've actually ran out of time, but please visit Le-Crave. Visit their locations. It's right on US 1. It's on the back side. What's the name of that building? It's right on Suntree and US 1.
Is,
Riverview.
Riverview.
But it's really, really hard for people to know the place because a lot of teachers they come in yesterday. They a lot, like more than 60-70% of coming in. They say, "Well, we love the food and we don't know you are located here."
Yeah.
So right now the location is right in the corner of US 1 and Suntree Boulevard.
Yes.
Is on the Maryland or Bank of America.
Right.
Building by the corner. We have a back the outside sitting patio. You can sit on the outside in the back to see the river.
Yep.
Right.
So in Titusville, we are inside a Titus Landing. Is a new shopping mall, So if you coming in from the main entrance, go straight in, and we are on the left-hand side in Titusville.
Yeah, because
cool.
honestly, on US 1 right there in Suntree, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
So if you are going back and forth on US 1, there's literally nothing there. So that is an amazing little place to be able to pull in, stop, and enjoy that kind of food. Grab a drink to go, dessert, grab your muffins, whatever. So
but, quick question. I mean, quick update too.
Okay.
Le-Crave is not only serve crepes. We also have rice. And then it's a French onion rice pilafs. So if you are diet and you don't want to worry about calorie and vegan and all stuff like that, we have the full menu of have variety, and you think about keto and stuff like that. We have it on the menu for different selection too, and vegan. I mean and on top of that, our rice is very gluten free.
Okay.
So we use the soup, the French onion soup for the restaurant, and French onion soup is a vegetable base.
And it's amazing.
So it's a vegetarian. So the rice is a vegetarian if you say, hey, no meat.
Okay.
Right.
So we have the French onion rice pilaf. It's paired with chicken or steak. And then coming up about a week or two from now, we also have pasta with Alfredo sauce, chicken or mushroom. So we try to be a European, but mainly it's French. So
French inspired, but
French
continental.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Nice.
we have Vietnamese coffee. We have, if you love coffee, Vietnamese coffee, Cuban coffee, and we have, if you're an engineer.
Love Vietnamese coffee. If you haven't tried that Vietnamese coffee at Le-Crave, go do it now.
If you're an engineer and you're interested for a good coffee, there's a rocket scientist.
Oh,
that is true. That is true.
I love that.
But by the way, are you Italian?
Sicilian heritage, yeah, you know.
Okay, but we have Italian latte.
Well, listen. I'm a big fan of all Italian food. I mean, can you not tell? I grew up on pasta. You know. Yeah.
So Jane Preby is someone that I referred to Le-Crave to take her granddaughter to, and she said love Le-Crave.
I see a lot of my friends there.
Yeah.
Holly Carver.
Yeah.
If anybody in this realtor business, realtor, Carver, Holly Carver, she do real estate for business commercial.
Also our host, Jesse.
And my
Hall.
manager is up there too. I don't know what she's doing. She's watching me.
Well, this has been a great episode.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tuan. We learned a lot.
Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh,
who
this
knew
is
there was so
such
much
a
thought
fun. Yeah.
that would go into a concept, especially from a non-restaurant kind of background, you know. So I mean, that's what happens. I mean, dreams come true. If you could think it, you could build it, and maybe multiply.
And now we know why the crepes are so good.
Yes, the secret's out.
The secret's out.
Yeah.
You got to have 6 a day for 2 weeks in Paris. Yeah.
I mean, if you do anything, it doesn't matter, restaurant or whatever, you have to put effort into it. You have to.
I love that. That's a great lesson.
And the goodwill, that's just huge. Again, active military. Tomorrow, get your free meals over there at Le-Crave, serving 2 locations. Ah, man, what a good time. Thanks so much, Blake Stewart Law. And
thank you.
the surprise dessert, oh my gosh.
And I do have an announcement for next week.
Okay.
Main Street Melbourne is going to be here next week talking to us about what's going on in downtown Melbourne.
Very cool.
It'll be cool. There's a lot of new stuff going on down there.
Well, thanks for joining us once again. Again, hit that subscribe button. We love you. Until next week, have a good one.